please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
All right, we're going to go 4, 5, 9 in a minute.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a roll call?
Ms. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Rubner?
Here.
Ms. Esposito? Here. Mr. Supervisor Williams?
Here. Somebody like to vote at the bills?
I'd like to make a motion to approve abstract number 11, dated June 13, 2025, in the amount of $73,349.21. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Budget transfer?
Yes, I have 2025 budget adjustment request number 11, dated June 25th, 2025. We'd like to increase the appropriate fund balance by $21,000 and increase also the expense account, water equipment, and capital outlay $21,000. So I'd like to make a motion to approve budget adjustment request number 11, dated June 25th, 2025. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Ms. Smith, you are up.
Yes, the first item on my agenda is the playground medic proposal. There was recently had an installation of some playground equipment over at the Patterson Rec Center for the pre-K program, I believe that was for. And we had, this was corrected by the town supervisor, and State Councilman Mueller assisted, the rec center staff, Dennis Mays, a nice together action of getting this put up, but we do have to follow the insurance recommendation and have a audit done to make sure that it was put up properly and safely. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the proposal that we received for the cost of having this job performed for a complete safety compliance audit in the amount of $700. So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Next item is, we have some recreation requests. I don't have anything with this, I guess he's looking for a backboard for the basketball.
Yes. So unfortunately, one of the backboards at the recreation center was damaged.
Flip the switch.
Something I'm going to go through with our executive session this week. But
I was wondering about
that would help.
How are you?
I miss Sean
Do you
already.
want me to, you want to table this, or is it okay to go through?
No, it's okay to go forward.
Okay. All right, so we have the request to purchase a Garrard backboard in the amount of $1,000 and a Breakaway Gold Collegiate, $2,000, in the amount of $240 for the Patterson Rec Center. I'd like to make a motion to approve the $1,240 expenditure. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay. Mr. Machabaro has a couple of new hires and some title changes due to some reduction in hours from some of his employees taking positions in other places. The first request from Mr. Machabaro is hiring a junior lifeguard candidate as he continues to rebuild his team. I'd like to make a motion to approve Frank DiGrazio at the rate of $16 per hour as a junior lifeguard. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, so one of the, like I explained, Nick Del Balzo has taken a position somewhere else, so he's splitting up his work week. Good for him. So he has the need for, to promote the following 2 guards to head guard to fill in the hours and the vacation times that the other lifeguards will be needing to take off. So we have Juliana Menza and Mo Poli, and their rates when serving as a head guard will be $18 per hour. So I'd like to make a motion to approve those promotions along with that $18 per hour rate as needed when they are serving as a head guard. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, also for the 2025 beach season, this following guard will be serving also as a supervising lifeguard. That will be Ethan, and I'm sorry if I messed this name up. It's Uwadei, and he'll be serving at the guard rate in the that is posted in the 2025 budget and the amount of $21.63 per hour. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we look forward to Matt building his staff as he continues. He indicates here he'll be continuing to hire. So if anyone has any young, what does he have, 16-year-olds that are looking for some employment, just head over to the rec center and see if maybe you can fit one of those roles.
And we don't discriminate here. If you're 65 years old of age and you'd like the lifeguard, you're more than welcome.
Did you hear that? Okay, so what do we got? Okay.
Joe, you're up.
Yes.
Okay.
I was just gonna keep moving.
You got more?
No.
I'm all done.
No, you're
Okay.
up.
So I have a resolution to approve the allocation of funds for the purchase of radios for the Patterson Fire Department number 1. So the town put aside $5,000 in 2018, and then again in another $5,000 in 2019 in funds for this purchase. So the fire department has requested these funds for this radio purchase. I'm just curious, is it separate from that 260,000? Remember for the?
Well, it's the same program, but it's going to help offset the 260,000 that we had talked about at I believe it was the last meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're going to be able to move some of that money back, hopefully, into the equipment line.
So it's still the new radio thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, does anyone else have any questions on this one?
No.
So then the ask here is for the town to approve these funds in the amount of $10,000. So if there are no further questions, I move this resolution forward and ask that it be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
Second.
Oh,
All in favor?
Aye.
You go.
you want me to take it? Or
You
want to
take it.
And
Don't
I
fight
also
over the seconds.
Yeah, I have
No fighting.
a resolution for the release of escrow funds for Patterson Properties Corporation site plan. So we have a piece of property at 2258 Route 22. There was an escrow account established for this. The town planner has recommended that that the application is complete and there are no outstanding charges. So if there are no further questions, the ask here is that the town refund or release the escrow fund in the amount of $2,404.50. So I move this resolution forward and ask that it be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And another resolution to release of a performance bond for 804 East Branch Road. So there was an erosion control bond was posted for 804 East Branch Road in the amount of $5,730. The town planner recommends that this performance bond be released, that they've met 80% density vegetation and some other criteria for it to be satisfied. Any questions on that one? No? Okay. So I move this resolution forward and ask that it be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's all I have at the moment.
Peter.
That's me. Okay. I have a number of resolutions regarding the Putnam Lake Park District appointments. We met with the first one this evening at 6:15. I think he'll be an excellent addition to that board. They're not in order. Okay. I'd like to ask that the following resolution be entered into the record as though read, and it's to hire Joseph Morrissey as a member of the Putnam Lake Park Advisory Board for an unexpired term which expires December 31st, 2030. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
The second one is Jennifer Gonzalez. She's expressed interest in joining that our board as well, the advisory board. I'd like to ask that this resolution, also if there's no objection, be entered into the record as though read. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Jennifer Gonzalez as a member to serve until the date of December 31st, 2028. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. And the last one is Deborah Lawler. We would like to appoint her to the advisory board as an alternate, meaning that if they need to make a quorum, Meg, who is the chairperson, can call her and ask her to attend the meetings. I'd like to ask that this resolution be entered into the record as though read, and I like to approve Deborah Lawler for the term I said. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
See that, Meg? Got you all stacked, the deck stacked.
We heard you put a headlock on a few people.
Very happy.
I have some requests for refunds for the building department. The first one is Christine Daly. She's on Carolyn Drive. And on June 20th, 2025, payment in the amount of $350 was processed for an application to legalize a finished basement storage. However, the total cost of the permit is $325. A refund is therefore requested in the amount of $25. I asked the board if we could approve that. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The next one is Department of Code Enforcement for Daniela Zuniga on Orchard Street. On June 4th, 2025, payment in the amount of $100 was processed for application to construct a pool. An additional payment in the amount of $125 cash was then processed on June 4th, 2025. Total of $225. The homeowner has to withdraw the permit, no longer going to install the pool. So I asked the board to approve a refund in the amount of $150 as $75 of the application fee is non-refundable. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Blue Horizon Construction Corp., Sheer Hill Road. I'm sorry, it's 148 Couch Road. On June 6, 2025, payment in the amount of $325 was processed for the above referred property building permit to install a generator based on the project of $4,000. However, the total fee due is $225. A partial refund is therefore requested in the amount of $100, the difference between the amounts due and the amount paid. I ask that we approve that refund. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Next is
We're approving this replacement of the slide.
The Patterson Veterans Memorial Park Board has requested the amount of $974.78 to replace a slide at that park. I ask that we approve the amount of $974.78 to the company Playworld for that slide. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
It sounds expensive, but that's a lightning slide.
Lightning.
It is.
That's quick. Should we expect
It's
this?
very quick.
The slide isn't expensive, the freight to get it here is. All right, unfortunately, Mr. Rogan could not be here tonight. He had some family issues he needed to deal with, so I believe, you're gonna start off
Sure.
on some issues.
Yes, I have here in front of me a resolution to appoint Donna DePico as our town assessor. Pursuant to the real property tax law, the assessor appointments shall be for a term of 6 years commencing on the first day of October in the year of appointment. So we are at that point where we should be appointing an assessor, and obviously we're very happy with Mr. DePico, so I'd like to enter this resolution into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The second resolution I have is for ALS, a BLS Joint Ambulance Service Agreement. This is for the town of Patterson. EMS is currently responsible for providing the basic life support and ambulance transportation to town residents, whereas that we will have now be cooperating with Brewster Southeast EMS to be also providing the advanced life support service for the agency response area in the town of Southeast. So I'd like to make a motion to approve this resolution and enter it into the record as well. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Joe, are you taking the next ones?
Well, I have EMS and the, so I'll take what I got first. I have a resolution for the interfund transfer for the traffic light improvements to Route 311 and I-84. So, this, the controller of the town of Patterson is requesting an internal transfer from the general fund to the capital fund for those improvements in the amount of $500,000. So as they asked us to transfer those funds from general fund to capital fund.
Probably the most obvious, Mr. Major asks quite often, is when's that light going to get?
So I believe the bases are in at this point. We are waiting for the light poles to show up. Believe it or not, we've been waiting about 11 months before the anticipated delivery date in September.
That's not good.
Well, considering that it was supposed to start and then they decided they were going to dig a big hole in front of us.
Right. Which wasn't that
Slow
bad.
everything down.
Okay. So I move this resolution forward, asking that it be entered into the record as no read. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
I have another resolution for another interfund transfer, again from the capital, from the general fund to the capital fund. This is for the EMS building construction. This is also the amount of $500,000. So the controller is asking us to make that transfer. Anyone have any questions on it? Okay, so I move this resolution forward, asking that it be entered into the record as no read. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, first on my agenda is a resolution for the acceptance of the roads for the Astro subdivision. That would be Longview Drive and Vista Lane. Before we do this resolution, Counselor, I just want to confirm with you, I had listed a number of requirements that they still needed to be met. Did I get them all?
I believe so.
Okay, so we should be good to go with this and hopefully move this thing forward.
Yes.
All right, so I'd like to introduce this resolution, ask that it be entered into the record as though read for consenting to lay out the highway in the matter of laying out Vista Lane and Longview Drive as a public highway in the town of Patterson. Essentially, the town is taking these two roads as town roads. They are currently serving as private roads in the subdivision. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Second on my agenda is we found that we need a fourth tablet for the MS4 program. When Highway is out doing catch basin cleaning, they are requiring 2 tablets, so we need to pick up the fourth one. The price for picking it up is $886.38. I'd like to make a motion to approve the purchase of a S10 tablet in the aforesaid amount. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Pretty much last thing on my agenda.
Is the Episcopal Church, which is the church on the corner of Maple Avenue and Route 311. I was approached, and Peter and I met with a real estate agent who was working for the Episcopal Church that was inquiring as to whether the town was interested in accepting the donation of the church and the surrounding graveyard. It's something we were approached a number of years ago. Town board went out, we looked at the building. It's a beautiful building, you know, it's a beautiful church. But the town board at the time felt that it would be too costly to the taxpayers of the town of Patterson to maintain it without a clear use for a site that doesn't have any parking, you know, has a questionable septic system as well. On the other hand, if we don't take it, I don't know what's going to happen. So I wanted to throw it out for discussion. before I got back to the real estate agent, to see what the feeling of the board was.
The church building is,
And if you want to take a look at it, I'm sure we could probably schedule that.
I would like to look at it, yeah.
We did go out and look at it. I guess that we did notice there was, some things that had to be fixed, but just the building itself is so beautiful, and even being in the building is so, peaceful, and, I would hate to see it,
Is it in any
go
way
somewhere
protected that it
else.
can't?
Yeah, just.
There's no notion of knocking the church down, right? Is that
Well,
a?
listen, at some point, everything falls down if you don't take care of it.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna
Right.
fall down someday
And,
too, but,
unfortunately, there hasn't been any real maintenance on it
Yeah.
for a while.
Mhm.
okay.
So,
The parking was
That's the big draw.
was the big issue.
Yeah.
With the building itself.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something done with
Yeah.
that.
No, I agree.
Well, what I'd like to do is get you inside.
Yes. Rather than-
Yeah. All right, so I'll reach out to the real estate agent, if there's an interest of the board in maybe reconsidering and taking a look at that. Try to set up how we can go look at it. Okay. All right, I will do that. And my executive session, I will defer to the end of the meeting. Other business, any board member have any other business? Who wants to read the free rabies clinic?
It's the county, right? Putnam County Department of Health is having a free rabies vaccine clinic Saturday, July 26, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Hubbard Lodge, 2880 Route 9, Cold Spring, New York, 15116. So if anyone is interested in that, then call the health department at 845-808-1390, extension 43160. Thank you.
Okay, public recognition. Any member of the audience here with us tonight, if you have any questions or comments for the board, if you would
approach the mic, state your name and address for the record. Hi, George.
You didn't give him a chance.
It's a little bit uncomfortable.
Kinda
Every time you say public recognition, people sort of turn to me. I like to go at the last and end on a happy note. George Disbrow, Tammany Hall Road, Patterson Library trustee. Just a few activities that we have going on, and then I just have a comment about the library. One of the things we have going on, we have an indoor activity. It's called Off the Plank Pirate History in the Northeast. It's Tuesday, July 22nd at 6:30 p.m. It's an indoor activity, and as usual, once registration opens, Patterson residents get priority. Not priority seating, but you do get priority registration, so you should know that. The other activities that I have here are outdoors. As you know, the library is currently going under some renovations. They want to use the harsh term construction. So we're having some outdoor activities, and that will probably continue for July and August. And one of them, we have 3 sessions of yoga in the park. They're taking place in July and August at 10:30 in the morning. And welcome to come. Bring your own mat. Yoga pants if you desire. The only stipulation is because of the strenuous activity, got to sign a waiver of liability. So I know if I was doing it, that's what I would do. The other outdoor activity that we have going on is poetry and picnic in the park, Tuesday, August 19th. I know I'm getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. One of our local poets, Tony Holworth, and I know that most of you are familiar with Tony and his wife Marna. He'll be there, and he'll be reading not only his own writings, but as well as some other celebrated poets. And the last one, and I hate to use this phrase, but I did save the best for last. Okay, it's called Wild Blue, Alana Wild, who's an award-winning musician and guitarist, will be doing a summer concert Wednesday, July 30th at 6 o'clock. Rain date is Wednesday in August. She is absolutely outstanding, and it is well worth coming to it. It's called Wild Blue. Her name is Alana Wild, and she's just outstanding. The other thing I wanted to just say is to the library. I know you've heard me say this before, that the library is really trying to reach out in terms of the community and getting involved in activities. I know that our director is involved with the town board doing the 250 celebration. Our youth director, Miss Jen, has been involved with Matt over at the recreation department. We try to work with the fire department. We had to touch a truck, which unfortunately got rained out. But at the last town board meeting, one of our trustees, Richard Buck, was here who talked. I just want to let you know that he's now been appointed to the State Senator Harkman's New York State Veterans Advisory Committee. So it's just another example of how we're trying to get our staff and our people who work in the library involved throughout the community, because we really want to be a part of what's happening. So thank you for the big spiel. I appreciate it. Come to our events. We'd love to have you there.
Thank you, George.
Thanks,
Thank you, George. Oh, boy.
Robert Odell, Lakeshore Drive, Patterson. The church, the cemetery goes with it?
Yes.
Who's going to maintain the cemetery?
Well, the town's currently maintaining the cemetery, but
Oh, you're currently maintaining it?
so this goes back to the days of Don Smith. At
Okay.
some point, the cemetery was falling into disrepair, weeds, trees growing up through it.
Right.
Don Smith started sending the highway crew out there, and then the town started paying the Maple Avenue Cemetery Association a small fee, somewhat small fee, to actually maintain the lawn out there. And that's been going on since the Don Smith days.
Okay.
I am hopeful that whatever happens with the church, if the town doesn't take it, they're taking the cemetery with it.
Now, is it still an active cemetery?
No.
No, it's total, it's
Oh, yeah, it's filled
filled
up.
up. Okay. But we're paying for it now anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's, and the headstones out there go back to the 1700s.
Right.
Yeah, so,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Hi, Stacy Dumont, Bullet Hole Road in Patterson. The idea of the Episcopal Church is exciting in the arts community. We had gone about 2 or 3 years ago as guests of Pastor Dave Frost, and we met with the Episcopal minister there. And it was a bunch of arts representatives from across Patterson and nearby areas and arts organizations. And we just talked about the potential it had to be an arts community center, absent of the problems of the parking and the one restroom and where does it go. But just know that there is buzz about that church, and there's a lot of interest in its potential.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for looking into it.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Gwen Dougherty, Ice Pond Road, and at a recent Republican meet and greet, we had mentioned if there's things that you know around town to make sure to mention them, so that's why I want to come up. As you all know, I've been out talking to people in town for various reasons. And in doing so, a lot of people who are right here just south of us in the main Patterson town have mentioned just that MTA is not necessarily maintaining their fence lines. There's a lot of trash. It kind of collects in the corners. You don't see it quite as much right now because it's getting a little more overgrown. But they had said to me throughout the early spring and then really up until recently, if we could have MTA maintain that better, it would be wonderful. So I just wanted to pass that along. And then while we're at it, I don't know what the landscaping contract for the town covers, but if it covers the ditch that's on the north side of the parking lot for the rec center, that would also be great if they could give that a go. So just passing that along, because I know it falls somewhere between maintenance and routine stuff and town code, so thank you very much.
Just so you're aware, there was a plan for putting some landscaping in on that area, and with Metro North parking lot, it's actually maintained by Last Parking. There's been some changes in the leadership. 7 months ago, I met with Last Parking out there, we went through it all. Especially the guardrail, I'm very concerned with the guardrail,
Yes.
it's falling down.
Yep.
The response I got is they agree, they want to replace it, but they can't replace it on just one lot, they have to replace it on multiple lots, and that's gonna take a little bit of time. You know, it's like everything else with big organizations, it's just the bureaucracy kills us. So,
But we are aware, and I have been on Laz, trying to get them to take care of things.
Meg Kearney, 213 Fairfield Drive. Patterson Rec is hosting our third annual luau at Warren Beach on July the 12th, 7 p.m. $35 a person, includes catered food, DJ, bring your own chair, and BYOB. Hope people will sign up and come.
Will you be doing limbo again?
Yes,
Okay.
Limbo will be
Then
there.
then I'll be going.
Very good. Scott?
I'm back.
oh, George?
Stacy just reminded me, I should have said this before. Our Wild Blue concert is sponsored by a grant from the Putnam County Council of the Arts and the New York State Council on the Arts. Just want people to know that. Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you. Now, Scott.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, nice. Pleasure to follow George. Scott Seaman, Town of Southeast. I'm here from the Brewster Board of Education. Sorry it took me a while to get up here. There's been a lot of end-of-school activities going on, but we once again would like to thank the community for the support of our budget and the last activities. I just want to give an update on the construction at the school. The security vestibule is open and it's been going, kids not using, so we're all good on that side. The track is being poured over the next couple of weeks. We expect it to be finished, hopefully for use by the community by the end of July. And then the project will take off. They're still working on the cafetorium over at CD Star, and they're going to break ground soon on the sports extension on the side of the gym. And we're going to do that basically for the next year, year and a half. Will be construction at the school that we're taking into effect with the planning of our sports and other items. And as always, we want to thank the town of Patterson for what they do for our students, and if there's anything we can do, please let us know.
Thank you. All right, I'll leave you out.
I'm good.
All right, at this time, we'll open it up to anybody joining us by Zoom tonight. If you would unmute, state your name and address for the record. Motion to go into executive session? All in favor? Thank you all for coming.